Prior to Tuesday night's debate, Donald Trump was on Truth Social writing what the New Republic called essentially fan fiction about his desire to once again be able to run against President Joe Biden instead of Vice President Kamala Harris. Here is what Donald Trump put on Truth Social, again, airing out his creepy little fantasy. Here it is. Comrade Kamala Harris goes to an ultra-left-wing Trump-hating spice shop, which I hear has terrible overpriced product, and calls for unity as people begin to realize that she is a Marxist, far more liberal than crazy Bernie Sanders or even Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren. Her poll numbers are beginning to crash. Who are they going to put in next? How about a Biden comeback? He is, of course, referring to the fact that Kamala Harris went to a spice shop this week. That is, of course, an anti-Trump shop. They make that clear in all their marketing materials. They're anti-Republican, which is fine. You're free to be that way. And now Trump is trashing them, saying they have horrible product, which, hey, for the record, that's defamation. Yeah, that was pretty dumb, Donald. They can absolutely sue you for that statement. And I hope they do. And if they haven't thought of that, please, somebody send this to them to let them know, hey, go talk to a lawyer and see if this is something you can pursue. I'm not myself a lawyer, but, kind of seems like defamation right on the face of it because Trump is insulting your products that he has never tasted or tested or even really known about. So, see where you can go. Please go talk to a lawyer. On the other part of it, of course, it's his fantasy about Joe Biden again. Oh, man, the good old days, right? When I was beating that guy by like 2 points even after he crapped out on national television. Donald Trump was never crushing President Biden in the polls. Okay? Even after the horrific debate, it was still pretty much within the margin of error. So you weren't doing great against him either. The only reason you were doing well at all was because people disliked both of you and they were breaking more towards you than Biden, but only by like 1 or 2 points. But he's still sitting there fantasizing about, oh, I miss that guy. Oh, I wish I hadn't been so mean to him, which he said in other posts on Truth Social. I was too hard on him. Kicked him out of the race. Shouldn't have done that. Well, you didn't kick him out of the race. The Democratic Party did. They did force him out. There were enough voices. There was enough pressure. That's why Biden left. And another point as well, he talks about Kamala Harris's poll numbers crashing. No, that actually also did not happen. There was that one New York Times Siena poll from this weekend, sure, that showed Donald Trump ahead nationally. That poll, those results have, of course, not been replicated in any of the other polls that came out at the same time or that have come out this week, because there have been others this week, once again showing Harris is in fact ahead. So it does appear that for the time being, at least, that poll from this weekend, New York Times Siena, again, does appear to be a bit of an outlier. And even though there is that outlier, Harris is still pulling ahead. Her poll numbers have not crashed. What's happened is they've leveled off. They're not continuing to go up, but they're not going down. So I don't know if Donald Trump knows what the definition of the word crash is, but it's definitely not what's happening with Harris's poll numbers. Again, they're not rising like they had been, which they had been rising astronomically, which we all knew was not sustainable. They've leveled off. Now, after last night's debate, who knows what's going to happen with the polls, right? This could be the end of the campaign. But for now, she's not crashing. Trump's fantasy about Biden coming back isn't going to happen. I mean, legally at this point, it can't even happen. So he can fantasize all he wants about his preferred opponent. He ain't going to get it. And he needs to start dealing with reality before his little fantasy world sends him into full-blown dementia, delusions, whatever. But anyway, definitely not going to be a good mental state if he keeps living in the fantasy world. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.